answered once again. Welcome to the very first match of M7 here at the Wild Cards. It's Zone versus ZETA. Who is gonna get first big win?
Let's see. Welcome to the Land of Dawn, the first match of the M7 World Championship wildcards. It's ZETA against Team Zone. So it's all about the zone and the division for both teams. So we'll try to take those buffs quickly. Look at the rotations from Bright. Obviously, mid-prio will still be the name of the game with the minion changes as well earlier on today.
Just controlling over Lethal Wanderer as well. Here's Xora. Gonna get in. 10 will just go for the green camp. Xora's trying to go for the steal. That's a quad shadow forward. Katsu and Hani not enjoying this Yi poke at all.
Yeah, that Eve is very, very strong still. And Hayabusa as well. We kind of want to talk about the nerfs, or rather secret buffs it kind of received, right? We talked about the quad shadow being kind of minimized in terms of the range, meaning it can't dive as freely as it used to. But the buff is the fact that, you know, the cooldown is much more quicker in terms of the shadow kill, and as well as the damage given with the shuriken. So I think this Hayabusa is still very much viable.
Yeah, good trade-offs. And I like how Team Zone, knowing that they had the prio up against the Baka and the Farsa, actually decided to go for that quick little poke battle with the Golem, but then they decided to back off when they realized that there's a chance ZETA might be able to change things around. In terms of the emblems, just to pull yourself together on that Farsa.
Exactly. On a Purified 2, Bankai, level 4.
Yeah, Katsu really wants that quick cooldown, as it is very much a dangerous lane, especially up against the Kalea, if you want that Purify to go on quickly. And the properties from Team Zone kind of pick off quickly with the Kalea is very much apparent. Now they want to get their hand, lay claim on the first objective. Kane is close by 10 as well, level 4.
Instant zoning, Quad Shadow coming down 10. Oh, locked down by the Mountain Shocker. Xora picking up first blood and the turtle Junichi. Now jumping over to Kenny, forcing to flicker out. It's two members locked in. Bright able to flicker out again. Bankai going all the way, misses. The ability won't be able to jump in. Flickers out to safety and gets the regen on time.
Oh my, 1-for-1, but Team Zone will come out on top. They have their hands on the turtle, and that was Junichi looking to change the tide of the war, but Bankai
1v1, Junichi, can he do it? He's got the passive furious dive over, solo kill up top.
Junichi, all right. So we talked about the explosiveness of Bankai, but the ZETA division has some explosiveness as well on their side. So now Team Zone still constantly applying the pressure towards the orange side buff of ZETA division, which actually stops a lot of the aggressive takes that Kani and Katsu want to do. Instead of Katsu being able to fly straight towards the minions, he had to go to the jungle a bit first.
Uh-oh. Kani is just going to jump in. They're going to be trapped in a real world place. Oh, Mountain Shocker! Xora finding two. Now the Feather Airstrike dealing a bit more damage, but Bright gets away. Kenny as well, just with a sliver of health.
Two players with a sliver of HP, but that was Xora changing the tide with a single Mountain Shocker, traps two, gets the kill, and then K is able to follow up. We talked about the fact that in this patch, that gold lane plays kind of in the more weak side approach.
Yeah.
But with the Harith having one kill in the 3rd minute of the game, it is not good news for ZETA division.
I think we got to see there what we were talking about earlier, where ZETA division really needs to reel it back in with the aggression. Now, that might have worked if they were playing in their qualifiers, but not against a Team Zone, and especially with ZXaura in the jungle that you're going up against. I felt like that was his experience now showing up with how easily he was able to land that Mountain Shocker straight to the back. And as expected, it is the Hunter Strike, a rush there for ZXaura in the jungle YSS.
This Hayabusa is behind 0-2. Obviously, for 10, it is not a good thing, especially the use of Shin. Look at him go!
Yeah, you can purify out of CC, but not out of the damage of a basic attack of a snowballing Yisun Shin. That should be free. Almost a solo down below. K really pushing it.
Oh my. The Team Zone, this is the snowball we talked about. They can go quick and run away with this lead. The ZETA division still scratching their heads. What can they do? Because as of now, the Brody's not really good to fight. Look at Xora!
That's gonna be an assassin. Oh, actually, Xora's caught here. Not enough peel. Minette finds a shutdown. And look at the follow-up. Bright able to flicker out. The RWM is doing a bit more damage here, but K can't really go for the siege on a Harith.
Not the cleanest rotations that we're seeing here, or decisions for both teams. Up until, of course, ZXaura decided to go for that dive. I think that was a heat check for him. Now, he has to reel it back just a little bit.
Another thing about the rookies is the fact that they can really go fast.
Yeah. They can go fast. They can also be punished very fast.
That's my point. When you have the lead, you play confident. But then, if you go overboard, this is the things that's gonna happen. They might crumble, but so far they're not crumbling because of the shakiness or the nervousness. It's because they can't really control themselves. Someone needs to keep them in check.
Junichi, though, seems like he is currently the anchor for ZETA Division right now. And it seems like Kazu and Kani are catching up to his rotations and aggressions. So they're going to need to be able to continue that. While Team Zone still has control in the map here, what next does ZETA Division have to do so they can get a little bit more of a taste of the map control that Team Zone has more of?
Yeah, they need to farm more, prepare themselves for a fight, and maybe utilize Junichi to open up the choke points in the map, because so far he is, like you said, the anchor of ZETA Division. He can fight, he can 1v2, possibly 1v3 as well, stall some time, buy some time, and then let the Brody farm more. Take a look at the swap in the lanes that they have made, and look at where ZETA Division is right now. They're pretty confident, taking control of that orange side jungle, and this kind of establishes some sort of control towards the second objective in the turtle.
Honestly, the comes the Dark Wave already forced to use Revitalize now. Black Dragon form already. I think Tsunami's family in answer to it, but they're already caught in it. Kenny is able to dish out damage. Furious down the Petrify in the backline by Junichi, but look at K doing a heck of a lot of damage with him on force. Now Mui Minette putting the stacks down, but will get bursted. But Kai, together with Kenny, gets another, and they're all zoned away. 10 with a jump, but Zexora stays true to the red tree. Perfect 3 turtles on for Team Zone as Mui Minette gets bonked by Bankai.
A Hail Mary play made by 10. TP back and get the turtle, but it's all down in vain. Team Zone, their blood's boiling, and their trigger fingers are happily shooting at ZETA Division.
Okay, just looked like he had a grand old time in that last engagement, especially since he's playing under his own team's real-world manipulation, and without Katsu's feathered airstrike, that Harif is going to be free for most of the time. Even if he gets caught by a Petrified Furious Dive, he'll still be able to recover through that as long as he has his Zaman Force and he can freely hit. ZETA needs to recalibrate their team fighting and make sure that they put more difficulty for the Harif that will just run wild on them.
Good reaction there. RWF who locks them down, zones them away, and look who's isolated. Kani all alone. Zexora with the dive in the back, the Mountain Shocker, and now on Katsu almost finding a fadeaway. Not even the fighter can survive this damage.
He is playing like a man possessed. Look at him go completely out of this world. Too confident for ZETA Division to handle, and look at Team Zone, 12 kills. The second tier turret in minute number 8. This is getting out of control for ZETA Division.
Team Zone, and it's actually the YSS zoning the rest of the opponents.
They got zoned for sure.
That is insane. 6-2 and 5. This Yi Sun Shin, he's single-handedly making some really great individual decisions. That's just great for the whole team, and ZETA's just crumbling.
Yep, the Black Dragon form was baited out. Junichi, I guess he was trying to predict a dive into the turret, but now it's all of the Holy Shields that were up, down. Up top, it's not taken down yet. They still have to get a tier 2.
Now, we talked about ZETA Division's kind of win con is to kind of dive towards the Eve, especially with the Black Dragon form. But we forgot that the RWF of the Eve is some sort of appeal tool as well.
Yes.
To enable the Harris to move and bob and weave left and right to get the damage going. We talked about Team Zone not having enough frontliners, but their peel in a way, damage peeling, right? You have Yi Sun Shin in and of itself is kind of peeling for the team too, especially when he's just gunning around with the Mountain Shocker too, and the Eve is just untouchable. 3-0 and 8. That RWM is zoning ZETA Division so far away in the back. Not even Junichi can reach Kenny.
Yeah, ZETA Division will not be able to contest this Lord, while 10 tries to recover a little bit of map space here for the team by split pushing up top. Now, Team Zone, honestly, if they can continue to bait out the early Furious Dive Petrifies, they're going to be good, because that's ZETA Division's main tool of, as you mentioned, realize the peel, that crowd control, AoE, that now, as we have seen it, a lot of times Team Zone actually just has way more of. There's too many AoE crowd control effects for ZETA to deal with, while ZETA really mainly only has that Yu Zhong combo.
This is why we don't really see the Baksha in Rome as often anymore, right?
Yeah.
You just really lack the CC. You have to make up for the lack of CC in the late game, lack of sustainability when you're behind with early tempo. And They haven't done that. They're 9,000 gold behind.
This might just be game over. Another airstrike opened, and Team Zone, they want to see to the base.
Oh, Bright really wants to go for Junichi. He's able to find it, but Bounce Shocker goes to the right side. Doesn't matter. K still bursts them all. Holy crystal pickup. 10 with the walk up, but gets instantly shoulder bashes. They go for the siege of the bottom lane. 10 will fall. K goes for the triple. It's a big dark wave from Bankai. A double, a triple, and that's game one.
ZETA division divided with a zone created by the Mongolian team.
It's solid. They have the range with the mid lane. They have the damage and the dive with the holding it in. I don't think Bankai will hit level 4.
Yeah, that's a good freeze to kind of deny that.
Oh my god, they're doing a lot of damage. 10 is caught. First blood to Junichi, but Bright got the kill on the jungle. Zexora with a puncture away from the taunt. And that really halts Zeta's tempo.
Oh, wait. Zexora gonna be risky there. I think 10 got way too close. He was excited to get that Mountain Shocker stun off, but Bankai said, I'm in the bush. You really want to do this against me? Against the Yuzhong with my Petrify?
But this kind of breaks the chain and kind of the pattern we talked about that Zeta's early game will not be the best. That Lapu Lapu was able to bag 2 kills, which means it will be quite fast to contest the objectives. Uh-oh. Right? Close by the Katsu. Wings by Wings will save him.
Good save on the Purify. Stays patient with it. 10's already walking back up. Zexora gonna built up the stacks. That's a Black Dragon from. That should be a free turtle already. ZETA division. That was their window when they had the lead on Lapu.
No. Not gonna be the fun start the ZETA division wanted, but let's see if they maybe somehow could. They still have it in them to pull off a surprise pick, but it's gonna be a little bit harder now because Zone seems to be just committing a lot of rotations together as a team. The Kalea and the Lancelot actually doing a lot of work to make sure that Kenny gets farmed fast.
Hand cam by Real Me, as I believe is Zexora's hand cam.
Ooh.
Very quick. On the Lancelot. Yeah. Get those blades going. But yeah, so far, Team Zone is able to stabilize that lead that ZETA division was able to get. But that was only to Junichi. So again, it's Junichi always becoming the anchor for ZETA division. It was in the previous game, it was with the Yuzhong, and now with the Lapu Lapu. But let's see. How far can he go with the Lapu Lapu? With the Yuzhong, it's very easy to rotate. It's very easy to be close to proximity with your teammate. But as a Lapu Lapu, you kind of have to stand your ground by yourself. And so it looks like ZETA division, they kind of want to take down TC, but it's not the best.
Okay, it's going a little bit better here for ZETA division. The comparison of the items. Any interesting things that y'all want to point out?
Yeah, CC and Lapu still going for War Axe first. Yeah, I thought the Fury Hammer will be built up first by K and then into the War Axe, and same goes for Junichi here. But it's still just going to be the War Axe rush. I don't know if we're going to see different itemizations later. But Kenny will still be on the Glowing Wand duty. So is Katsu. They're still going to stick with the Glowing Wand. All right.
Wait, I have a question though. Is this just them saying, yeah, it's still okay, or is it them kind of out of touch with the meta?
I think it's because of how the composition looks right now. Like, they just don't have gold on the roamers to build up the dominance quickly. So they still need that early anti-regen from the mid laner, who's getting more gold, so technically faster build-up.
Seems like these two teams also put a lot of priority. Oh, right!
Wow, that is Purify burnt out. But Kenny has to burn out Flicker.
Yeah. And Bright did not come into Tsunami Slam. That was Katsu burning his Purify as a freakish reaction to it.
Yep, turtle take now. Kani will be close by. Trying to zone out the players of Zone. But look at K. So much damage. Black Dragon form in the back.
The taunt as well. Tsunami Slam come down as well. Thorn Rose, the Retribution with the Petrify. The back bot Kai was able to peel for the team. And that means Kenny is free to hit them all. Even that's low. And K gets the pick on Katsu.
Beautiful front to back from Team Zone. I thought that was going to be the end of them because Bankai was taken down 10. Eyed by Zexora. He's going to go for the bunker.
Oh my lord.
A little bit of a oohs and ahs from the crowd with 10 being able to get away just in time. And if ZETA division aren't careful, Kenny is going to have to add an S at the end of his name because he's just going to keep popping heads here with him being able to freely free hit. Freely hit.
Oh my. Speaking of crowd, we do have quite a bit of a crowd here. Eyeing the wildcard teams, we do have a guy with the Onyx jersey as well, Onyx merch. I think he's looking for Onyx next opponent.
Could be.
He's scouting for the community.
Yeah. Community report. some way.
And now it's really good stuff, by the way. They don't have a single objective. They haven't been able to trade because they've just gone to fight around these neutral objectives.
There needs to be a lot more talking as well from Junichi and Kani. Similar to what we saw from Zone, where Bankai and Bright seem to be alternating in terms of maximizing all of their crowd control. ZETA needs to do the same thing, because it seems like Jun and Kani are just going, hey, we both see an opportunity, so we'll both go for it. But that makes Katsu sad, that makes Muiminet sad.
Gonna have to move as a unit now. Action pulse. Wings by wings.
Yeah, I don't know about using the resources on K here. He has the Vengeance, pops it. That is all. That 4 ultimates, man. And they get a turret up top? No, it's just a bit of damage.
Xora is gonna push it though. Creates a segue play up top, and Bankai will gonna cap that purple buff. But
Oh, they're gonna
on the
get the
7th
turret.
minute-
Oh, that's painful.
Yeah, on the 7th minute, that's pretty quick.
Yeah, that's not the trade that you'd want after getting a high-profile kill like that. It's you being too greedy to try and get a kill to balance things out, but then Team Zone making even a much better macro play across the map. And that is going to mean every objective on this side of the map is going to be a hard time for ZETA Division every time.
Yeah, no control here. Hold on, Turtle, that's going to be the Tsunami Slam, locking him down. K doing a lot of damage against Xora with the red triple. By Furious dive, baiting out the Purify from Muiminet. Xora in the back again, punctures away, while the backline was distracted by him.
This is so beautiful from Team Zone, so flexible. They have the front to back with the Kimmy and the CC, and then they have to dive too with the Lancelot and the Yuzong on Bankai. Look at K just hitting 10, almost beating him to a pulp. So far, Team Zone, they have control, so much control.
Double bump.
That is not going to be good. 10 has been starving and now will continue to starve in this game for buffs and resources. While Team Zone can just keep up the aggression, they're playing the macro really well. Again, we did not get to see the interchange of crowd control from Kani and Jun. It was just all dive, all go, and that made it easy for Bankai to set things up. Even though there was an initial 2-for-1 lead in favor, actually, of ZETA Division, because of Xora's easy dive straight to the back, that lead just immediately went away.
Exactly.
Item build, Bankai still with the Hunter Strike, so not really going for the War Axe. He's gonna need more damage for that. Sky Piercer though, for Kenny. At least he's gonna farm it, but still on 2 kills. Fraction pulse.
Oh my god, they're gonna go, whoa! All right, on to Junichi. Yeah, instant AOG. Muiminet punishes way too overzealous Bright.
So far, Xora has been functioning as kind of like a split pusher. With the
Yeah.
Lancelot activating the far lanes, and that kind of makes it a division quite wary of those side lanes. They kind of they have to address a few members up top, down bottom, but so far it's working for Team Zone. Like
Yeah.
they have prio down bottom and then up top too. It's gonna be a slow push building for them.
Yeah, because of the constant split push by Xora, it's like they can afford those little, wait, what are you doing, place? That we just saw
Compensated.
an example of. Yeah, they're compensating. For it,
Yeah.
you know? It's part of the game, right? We've always been saying that. It's just trading. Make sure we're getting a good thing if a bad thing happens. So, but maybe they want to minimize the bad things just a little bit.
Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe
Not
Floppy.
too good, yeah.
not too good.
Sometimes good, sometimes. Well, shout out to the football fans who knows the
Oi,
reference.
That is a big traction pulse, buddy. If it gets Junichi, your frontliner, that much HP, K has
Okay.
vengeance! Muiminet's jumping on it, but K doesn't care. Reload over, Junichi. That's an AOG! Oh, no! Kenny's just gonna go for the free hits, and Xora jumps with the puncture in the back. Muiminet's low! Thorn Rose by Xora doesn't even need to land the puncture for the reset.
Beautiful reactive flicker from Kenny. Farms down the players of ZETA Division. This Kimmy hurts a lot. Let's take a look at that mid turret taken down. They have the Lord up top too. Win rate prediction by Realme 15 Pro.
That is very generous.
Yeah.
62%, 70%
Oh, there we go.
now.
Okay.
Okay.
Real time.
That's,
time.
By Realme.
that's fact right there.
That's a little bit more accurate. While for Team Zone, man, they've we talked about experience. The experience of Xora alone from ZETA Division's overall experience, and I feel like that's what we've seen this entire series so far, especially in this game as well, with him on the Lancelot and leading the charge.
And he isn't even that flashy with the Lancelot in this
yeah.
game. He's structured. He's activating the lanes. He's playing it on a much more macro, point of view. Efficient, like you said.
Okay, that's a Tsunami Slam over on Kani. The AOG gets him out of there. That means it's going to be free for Xora. They jump into the back line now. Purify out from Muiminet. The Mounted Shocker doesn't land. Xora still having the resets. Will be able to go on 10. Oh, one more basic attack. But with that, that's enough zoning to get a mid-turret down. Muiminet Able to dash away from the traction post. 10 trying to clear the wave here, but it's like about 10. Oh, what? He jumps in with the Traceless onto 4 of Team Zone's members.
A defensive tool used offensively without any follow-up. That is a misplay from 10. Not the best series for him, but this game
I think that was a fat finger
engraved
moment.
it even more.
For sure.
Fat finger moment. Yeah, might be.
It has to be, right? There's no way you would intentionally dive into 4.
That was definitely more like a 3 than a 10. Sorry, 10. Well, we saw it. Got him 4K. Could be jitters. Could be experience. Who knows? Again, the early to mid game was handled a little bit better by ZETA Division, but then over time it was just Team Zone showing up. Based on everything that we've already seen from game 1, just how well that they've been playing now, ZETA, the recovery here has to be drastic.
Yeah, no Purify on Manette. Oh my god, tossed around. Connie trying to survive now, puncture in. They're going to take it as slow as they can. They've already got 2 base turrets, and usually that's enough. But Team Zone want to end the game, I feel. That's a mountain shotgun landing. Bankai still able to escape. Now Connie caught in the mobilization as Sora jumps into the back with a puncture again. Phantom execution. Sora not landing. Connie falling to the Sky Piercer of Kenny, who's now unstoppable. And they are going to stay in the base. Academy in the open now. Sora with zone rolls again. Tsunami slam over. Kenny is a monster in game 2. A 10,000 gold lead. Bankai tries to go in, but will finally be punished, and Team Zone will finally be pushed out of the base.
They're gonna have to go back because they have no minion waves pushing for them. They're gonna go for the Lord. The wiser choice. Instead of going and forcing the end up top, it's gonna be defended by ZETA Division. They are still yet to crack that turret wide open for Team Zone, but they will play it meticulously. They play it slow because they need this win.
It's one of those scenarios where ZETA Division are banking on a Team Zone mistake. That's really the only way that they could get back into this. Of course, if someone from Team Zone has an error, then ZETA needs to capitalize on it. But with the lead that Team Zone has, easier said than done. And I also don't see Team Zone making mistakes at this point in the game. They know they have the lead. They have done everything right so far for, let's say, the past 6 minutes. No errors.
Not at all.
Yep.
And it's a 10,000 gold lead, really, right? Like, it isn't just going to be a mistake. It has to be like 5 members in the fountain type of mistake for this to be turned around. Oh, yikes. This looks like it's going to be the final siege of the game, man. Black Dragon form already, Moimanen. Oh, he's doing a lot of damage when he gets petrified distraction pulse as well. Sora in the back zoning him away. Connie doing a good job to fade out the aggro of the Lord up top, but that means the base turret will fall. That's a quicker Tsunami Slam. 10 will fall. That's an AOG. Locks Sora down. Moimanen still doing a lot of damage. Wait, this could be it. Hold on. McKenny fully stacked up on the Sky Piercer now. K in the back. Another for Kenny on a triple. Winter Crown by K. As Kenny buys the immortality, might be looking to stat pad a bit more as Moimanen jumps in. But it will be a clean sweep for Team Zone in the opening match of the M7 wildcard.
Breezing past ZETA Division. The players from the land of the rising sun still dull with their swords, unable to slash down the Mongolian team. That's Team Zone, zoning out ZETA Division.
One thing we were talking a lot about when it comes to Mongolian teams is that they are fearless. They are so brave in the game of MLBB, even though at times you'd think, why? Well, they will show you why. They will get results with it, and that is an incredibly great result to start off the M7 wildcard, a sweep over ZETA Division. I really feel like the leadership of ZXora here, again, the story that we mentioned about him, the growth that he's had from the Lil Gun days back in M.